The biggest challenge was the uncertainty of it all. So after we realized 2 or 3 or 4 weeks in, it wasn't going to be 2 or 3 weeks, we just had to continually figure out what to do. Custom Collaborative is a nonprofit social enterprise that provides opportunity for women from low income and immigrant communities to earn money in fashion, sustainable fashion.
So, Custom Collaboratives Training Institute is it's a classroom environment where women from low income and immigrant women come to learn fashion designing skills so they can get jobs in the fashion industry or start their own fashion design business.
Initially, we thought, like everybody else, that the city would be closed for 2 to 3 weeks. And so I said to our instructor, well, we will teach virtually for the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll give everybody enough supplies to work from home. So my first thought was we have a commitment to the women in our programs and we need to follow through on that and continue to provide them instruction.
So, when COVID-19 hit and we had to go to remote learning, which is something Custom Collaborative or myself have never done, we just kind of jumped into it and made it happen. I started doing video lessons on Zoom with the women who were enrolled in the program. I started researching, finding tutorial videos on sewing that coincide with the lessons that I had planned already. And I started doing live demonstrations on Zoom so that we just kept it moving, kept it going, and just kept moving forward. And it was difficult at times. You know, I'm not a Zoom expert and I didn't have professional cameras, but between the cell phone, a laptop, and a tablet, I had different angle shots and made it work. So, Custom Collaborative, we provided resources to the students as far as equipment, tools, thread, fabric, patterns, pattern paper, everything that you needed to do the fashion design curriculum. We tried to provide to the students so that they were not missing out on any of the tools or supplies that they needed to complete the course. Custom Collaborative, we lent out sewing machines to all of the students so that they could follow along just like if they were in the classroom.
The Business Incubator is another arm of Custom Collaborative that prepares our graduates with business consulting, technical assistance, marketing, and advanced training in design. Fortunately, the Business Incubator thrived during COVID-19 because as an organization, we were able to keep the women working remotely at home, and we entered the business of making masks, masked in style, and we created fashionable masks for sale.
I think one of the biggest things for us was figuring out how to provide income opportunities for the women in our programs. The people in the training program receive a stipend, but the women who worked with us through our business incubator or who were worker owners of the cooperative that we launched, Fashion Networks Production, they didn't have that. So that's why we eventually started making and selling masks, paying the ladies to do that so they would have a way to pay for their basic needs.
My name is Cristina. I come from Brazil. My social work introduced me to Custom Collaborative. So I graduated in trainee program, fashion program. Now I am alumni coordination. So I'm part from Custom Collaborative. Also you building a co-op, fashion network co-op. Since I began making masks in the beginning pandemic, I chose to make masks because it's to help sustainable. In the beginning pandemic, you can go out to buy masks. CC think about help the makers. So it's a good opportunity to me support my family. It can make income every week.
In the beginning of the pandemic, we actually had a crowdfunding project that had already started. So we continued that, and we met our goal, which was $10,000. So that was really exciting, and I think that gave us courage and hope to continue to move forward. So every time during pandemic, somebody sent us an idea about a grant opportunity or a company wanting to partner, we followed up with it because we knew that we needed that money to keep staff on. I'm really proud that we didn't lay anybody off. We kept our finances intact. And of course, we were able to provide continued opportunity for the women in our programs by paying them to make masks and then selling them ourselves.
I started working for Custom Collaborative September of 2020. It was difficult and weird at first, but I was kind of grateful that it was remote because I don't have to show up when it's like COVID. I think it definitely alleviated my stress from COVID-19, so that was good.
We went through a tremendous amount of loss, personal, family, friends loss, and grief and isolation. It was very difficult emotionally. I reached out to Riverside Church, which is usually where the classroom is held, and Reverend Northern came in and supplied daily meditation. She started off our day every morning with prayer, meditation, quiet time, and we were able to talk openly and get counseling from her before we started our day each day. So that was super, super helpful as far as our emotional state.
In early pandemic, we started having staff meetings every day. Like, we closed our studio on a Monday, and then on Tuesday, we all met. We also had small groups, so whatever we thought was a problem, we would have 3 or 4 people work on it together to come up with solutions and bring them back to the rest of us. And we paired people with accountability partners, so just somebody to come and call or send a text to just check in and see how other people were doing. That was really important for us. We didn't really know what was coming next, but I felt like it was important for people to have a place to be and to know that there was some stability and some continuity.
When I was starting, I realized this workplace was not like any other workplace. I started to feel very welcome, and it was very open, very accepting. We saw each other like as equals, and I didn't feel like there was like a hierarchy in this organization, which was really nice. And I just felt like I could say whatever I needed to say without being judged. I felt very comfortable. That's something I've never really experienced before.
Oh wow, I learned so much during this unprecedented time with COVID-19 and the pandemic that I didn't know about myself. I did not know I could do remote teaching for a subject like fashion design, because I think of it as such a hands-on thing. But now I'm like over a year in deep and keep it moving, and I'm still teaching fashion design. I learned so much about myself. It has really stretched me and grown me as a teacher in this principle. The research that I've done on what's out there to aid me in teaching this subject matter has been tremendous. I would have never looked into that other than this situation.
I learned from COVID, you need to be more flexible, like, learn how to work from home, do a lot of Zoom meetings, sewing from home, more patient with people.
Take care of yourself. and have compassion for yourself. I think that's really important. During COVID-19, it was really stressful and I was really hard on myself, and because I felt like I wasn't doing anything. But then I realized that like when it's okay to take a break, I definitely realized the importance of self-care.
I learned that I work well in even the biggest of crises.
I learned that we are a resilient people, and we believe that what your mind can conceive, you will achieve.